Hey there, Japanese Retro Game Center with another YouTube video. We're continuing my boxed Super Famicom collection, the back shelf games. The more, you could say, either obscure or lesser played. The ones maybe not as many people talk about, so I thought I'd at least show off the box. Not really doing any game reviews or anything like that at this time. Just want to show off the box and box art. This is my own box art documentary. Haha. So we're all the way, I started with A long time ago, like a year ago, or at least half a year ago. And we're all the way to Super. So we finished with Super Bonk, and my cliffhanger was, do I have the Super Bonk 2, Super Genjin 2? And the answer is no, I don't. So, right? Such a buzzkill, right? So let's move on. Super High Impact, okay? So with this, and there's awesome dance moves right there, right? And it looks like the 85 Bears or something on there, right? The Redskins and Cowboys. Oh, they're not the Redskins and Cowboys. It's Washington and Texas or something like that, right? So Super High Impact boxed. Super Indie Champ. All right, another indie, right? So, well, it's F1, so that, you know, oh, maybe they like indie as well, right? Indie racing. Is this before the split? It's still all one IndyCar, right? No IRL yet. So there you go. So they made that, or they brought it over. Next is a game series I actually like. I played this with my wife a lot, and she wants to play again actually sometime soon. Superjinsei Game. So the game of life. Very popular. They have the board game, right? Same thing. Have it in Japanese. Sometimes it's in English. There are versions. There are harder versions, like black versions, or really like devil's versions, where you start off in super debt or whatever, or you can get in debt very quickly. 30-year loans, right? Which actually isn't that far different from Japan. So it's the board game, video game, so very fun. You can even use, even on the first one, they had 3 on the Super Famicom we'll get into, and PlayStation, on the Wii, and all that stuff. There's a lot. I actually have a controller. I have the spinner controller for the PlayStation. I don't know where it is, so I can't show you right now. So, Superjinsei Games, Super the Game of Life. It's all in Japanese, though, unfortunately, but if you're familiar with the game, right, you can, you can play. And you can use the multi-tap if you want, or you can just trade off the controller, like they give you that option to do that. So, let's, well, I'll look at the next one. Let's look at the next one, and I'll show you the inside later. So this is, here we go. They put this one sideways. So Superjinsei Game 2. Here's the second one. And then they have these 2 characters. They have like the angel and the devil. And so, something good happens. Oh, the angel shows up. Something bad, the devil. So they added like those kind of characters. And there's some, more Japanese style stuff in there to make it its own, to make it a little more familiar with the Japanese audience, right? If it's completely foreign, or you hear a lot in Japan, then they don't like it. So then they had that angel devil simple concept in there. I don't remember any kind of angel devil concept, in the States, when I played the game of life, when I was a kid, but they have it here. And here is Superjinsei Game 3 Special. So I think this is it. It's just special. And it was paid for. Somebody bought this game. And then I bought it again. So here it is. So you can see some things right there. They have lots of people like that are totally in the 90s as when this game was made. You can kind of see that right there. Let's open this one up. So here's the, let's go with the game. There's the game. Okay, great shape. I believe I played this one. Or I may have upgraded it and I played the other one before. Pink, right? Pink AC adapter label. Alright, there's pink and green as we've gone through that. So here's the manual. Let's see if I can find something. So you make your characters and get it all set up, and there's some computer character. They show some of the computer characters. Of course, you can play up to like 4 players. You can use the multi-tap, like I said, or you can just pass the controller around and do that. And so I think you can have it up to 2 players, like you and a computer player at least, at the minimum. And so those are some of the computer characters. And I don't know how well the camera picks up on these pictures, but oh my god, these are like 90s Japanese people, right? So, it definitely looks like that. If you've watched any dramas, you know, any Japanese dramas like I have from the 90s, yeah, you'll see. Oh yeah, that's definitely Japan from the 90s. So, there you go. Very, very fun game. Very fun game to play. Good party game. You know, it's in Japanese, but why not, you know? Give it a try. Alright. So, vintage. So let's talk vintage Super Famicom. So vintage Super Famicom means horse racing, right? So here we are, Super Kaiba. How many videos can we go without doing a horse racing video game, right? With my lesser played games, right, of course. So here is Super Kaiba. Even has Fuji TV on there, so when they show this on Fuji TV. On the main channel, right? Japan, so Super Kaiba 2. So does the 2 mean better? I hope so. So it is horse racing. I need to do a video one day of the arcades where they have the video with the horse racing simulators where you sit in these big like recliner chairs and you know gamble and do all your bets and stuff, all simulation. It's wild how far they go into horse racing and the actual horse racing tracks. So many horse racing tracks. Soccer. I guess that's also vintage. So Super Kickoff. Okay. Super Kickoff boxed right there. Okay. Oh, Harikiri Stadium. Alright, so this was a series from the Famicom that also made it over to the Super Famicom. Another baseball game. This is made by Taito. Right there, boxed, and they have some kind of drunken fan, right? The stereotypical drunken Japanese fan. And yes, it is stereotypical, and yes, it is out there, and yeah, it's very interesting to say the least. Drinking on the street in Japan. Fun little fact, right? You can drink, right? You don't have to have it in a brown bag. You can just drink your Chuhai down the street. Super linear ball. Here we go. So here's the box for that. Again, I like it when they max out the box art space. So we always talk about who does it better. Usually Japanese box. Hashtag Japanese box art is better, right? Not really picking up any steam on Twitter, but we talk about that every now and then and compare. So love the box art, right? Japanese box art's usually more realistic as well, as far as the gameplay goes as well, so you're not deceived. Super, what's this? Mad Champ, Super Mad Champ, yeah. So, Super Mad Champ. So let's pick up our bike and throw it at somebody, right? That's hardcore. So, there you go. A fun little game, right? Again, classic Super Famicom. Super Mahjong. This would be the definitive Super Famicom game, right? So, there you go. Another Mahjong game. So, if you like Mahjong, right, Super Famicom might be it for you. So, speaking of which, Super Mahjong Tai Chi. So, this is another Mahjong game, but they added, like, classic characters. So, you have your Japanese, your Nobunaga, and whatever. I see, there's a Cleopatra on there, right? Cleopatra. You kind of see it in there. It's the map of Japan, and it goes through the railways. So, you go through the railways, and that's how you, move across. And, didn't get into this game, unfortunately, but, I guess it was good if they kept making it, right? Has to be good, right? Here's, Super Momotaro Dentetsu 3. Right, so that shows some of the mini games off on this one here. And so different things. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's not that different from the Game of Life. Just its own version, right? And a game that we'll get into later, Super Puyo Puyo, right, came out originally in America as, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. They kind of translate over, but the Puyo Puyo series. Now they have Tetris Puyo, right, that everybody knows about. So, the classic series with the little kind of slimes, the gumdrops or whatever, and you connect them together, to connect and battle each other. So, this is a spin-off of that. So, Nazo Puyo. So, Nazo is in, like, mystery, and then they added this, no-do, right? So, added the curry rice, big in Japan. So, couldn't have a Super Famicom game without curry, right? Curry has to be represented. Japanese-style curry. Different from Indian-style curry or British-style curry, I guess. Never had curry till I came here to Japan. So there is Super Nazo Puyo. And later we will get into the Super Puyo Puyo. But not for a while. So I just spun off a whole ton of videos, 3 or 4 videos there. And that finished a column, so I'll get these videos up for you to enjoy very soon. So as always, right, and Rockman represent, with Airman, the only power he has is to push others away, right? So follow me on Twitter at Japan Retro Games, so we can talk, chat, whatever, you know, talk about retro video games or Japanese games or whatever, pro wrestling, whatever. So I have Facebook page, Japanese Retro Game Center. My eBay store, also, Japanese Retro Game Center. Handle name is seller Ikemen Gamer, IKEMENGAMER, because I am. See? No? Okay. And, of course, like, subscribe, comment on my videos, Japanese Retro Game Center, here on YouTube. So, thanks for watching, so see you again.